Did you know that we might have actually saved the dodo bird from extinction? Well, it's hard to say for sure because we do actually know what happened to this flightless pigeon. And there are some theories out there that are pretty weird. Like, would you believe that a giant squid attacked the dodos, or that they were all born with birth defects? What could have caused so many dodos to go extinct? In today's video, we'll be exploring some of the top theories out there and finding out which one is most likely true. Before we get into it though, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you love learning about nature and animals. The dodo bird was a species of pigeon that was found only on the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. It was related to the white-throated rail and was probably a subspecies of the common starling. At one point, the island had been a part of India, but then it split off and became its own landmass. Over time, the birds evolved into the dodo bird that we recognize today. Dodos were large, flightless birds with small wings and short stubby tails. They had big feet with sharp claws that made it easy for them to walk through the tall grasses and thickets. But those same feet also made it difficult for them to get off the ground. They ate fruit, seeds, flowers, and leaves. Their diet consisted mostly of wild figs, which grew abundantly on the island. Dodos nested in tree hollows and laid a single white egg at a time. They probably hatched just one chick per year, making them a very slow-breeding species. For hundreds or even thousands of years, dodos lived a life free from predators. That is, until humans arrived on the island in the 16th century. When people first arrived, they brought with them rats, cats, dogs, and pigs, all of which saw the dodo as a tasty meal. Dodos had never before had to worry about being eaten, so they didn't develop any survival instincts to protect themselves. This, along with their slow breeding rate, meant that they were doomed to become extinct. In 70 years of humans arriving, they were gone. So that's the basic story of what happened to the dodo bird. But there are some theories out there that suggest something else may have caused their extinction. One popular theory is that giant squid attacked the dodos. How did these squid get to the island, you might ask? Well, researchers believe that they rode in on pieces of driftwood, where they would have been carried across the ocean from Madagascar, where they still live today. This would have given them enough food and water to survive the journey. Once they arrived, they would have used their sharp beaks and powerful tentacles to eat the eggs and chicks of the dodo birds. This would have been devastating for the dodo population, especially since they already had such a hard time reproducing. However, there's no real evidence to prove that this actually happened. Plus, if giant squid were attacking people, we would probably know about it. Another theory is that the dodo bird went extinct due to a massive volcanic eruption on the island. While there haven't been any major eruptions in the last 13,000 years, scientists have found evidence of a huge eruption that took place around 14,000 years ago. If this had happened closer to when humans arrived, it could have caused a mass extinction of the dodo bird. However, we can't know for sure because there's no record of such an event happening. A third theory is that the dodos were all born with birth defects. This may sound far-fetched, but it's actually not entirely out of the question. Scientists have found a fossil of a dodo bird that shows that it had extra toes. This suggests that there may have been some genetic abnormalities within the population. This could have been due to a number of factors, such as inbreeding or exposure to toxins in the environment. If this is true, it would explain why there was such a sharp decline in the dodo population. But again, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory. Of course, we can't rule out the possibility that all three of these events happened. Giant squid could have attacked the dodos while humans were on the island. A volcanic eruption could have devastated the habitat and caused widespread death. And there may have also been some genetic abnormalities within the population. But we really can't know for sure. One thing is certain, though. The dodo bird is a cautionary tale of what can happen when humans introduce non-native species into an ecosystem. We may have actually saved the dodo bird from extinction by killing off all the other animals that were competing for resources on the island. But that doesn't mean that we should have let them continue to die out. The dodo bird is a reminder that we need to be more careful about the impacts of our actions on the natural world around us. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think happened to the dodos? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.